What up, folks? Welcome, and hold on a minute. I'm getting ready for this special recording. What up, everyone? I'm here. I'm here. Don't worry. Getting started in 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go. Welcome, everyone. Just for everyone just getting in here. No rush. No rush. We're not. This isn't some major thing that really nothing about real sports. Today I'm gonna talk about, as you know, on some dates last week I announced that I will have my own YouTube podcast. And I was just gonna give some more news about it. I'm not gonna talk about last night. That's done. I've got that out of the way. Haven't really thought about it too much today. It was a one night thing. Also, yeah. Of course, we have NFL divisional round games this weekend. An End Zone podcast will be live soon. I'm not sure when because, well, I guess Eric's sick or something. I'm not sure. The whole situation. We'll have it up by Friday. Who knows? It could be. I don't know. Eric might be absent. I don't know. We'll see. But any other way, it will be there Friday. It will cover all the divisional round games as normal, and that leads me to my news. I'm starting my own podcast live type thing. So, what does that mean? Some will ask. This podcast will be streamed live. It will be live on air on YouTube twice a month. We'll see how things go. It might be 4 times a month. It might end up turning into a weekly podcast. I'm not sure yet. The reason I'm doing it is because this best suits what I want or plan to do, I want to cover all sports. I don't want to, on the End Zone podcast, which I, of course, will be covering NFL anyway, so I'm probably not going to be covering too much in the NFL aspect or football aspect. It'll be all the other subjects. But anyway, I wanted to cover all subjects, and I don't really get to do that. I don't feel the chance to do that on our podcast, mine and Eric's. So I've decided I'm gonna start my own. It's not gonna be like a podcast that you put tons and tons of money into every month, blah blah blah. Nothing like that's why it's gonna be live on YouTube, because that's the cost on that is extremely low. Sometimes nothing. So that's why that's happening. We'll be covering all sports except probably soccer. I'm not gonna cover soccer most likely. It'll be my opinion and my opinion only. Of course, if I agree with somebody, meaning when I say my opinion and my opinion only, it means I probably thought about it, and I probably what's a good way to put it? I've already thought about it. It'll be my opinion. I won't randomly just say something just to say it. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just not. It'll be real opinions. It will be. Sometimes I will admit I will get angry. Don't be shocked if you don't like. If a lot of people think it's pretty whatever. They see angry as dedication. Maybe not anger, but enthusiasm. They see that as interesting. So that's there will be enthusiasm. There will be. I would say I'm not gonna be this calm all the time. I'm just not. I don't. I'm not that type of person. I'm not. When it comes to this type of topics, I'm not calm all the time. There's opinions out there that there's things out there that piss me off, and I'm gonna have that opinion. I'm not gonna be one just sit back and talk like this all the time. I'm not gonna just see like here like whatever. Whatever. No, that's not gonna happen on this podcast. Some days will probably be calmer, but I'll tell you, and if I ever announce an opinion that I really have, I don't know if I'll actually ever do it, about something, but if I do, that will be one podcast to listen to. I think that would be very exciting, for you, and I will have reasons to back myself up, and also another thing is when I say something, I mean something. It's not. I'm not just running my mouth. I mean what I say, and I shouldn't. I don't think I should have to. I don't think I should take anything that I say back. Of course, sure we make mistakes. Say we're wrong about something, yeah, but I have when I state an opinion, I mean what I say. I'm not just BSing around. I'm just not. This will be very exciting. I'm ready for it. The planned start date is February the 15th. I think I'm gonna keep that date. Right now, that date's looking likely. think February the 15th. Yeah, I think it might be pushed back to March 1st. I doubt it. I don't want it to be. I don't plan it to be, but if it is, don't be shocked. I will make that announcement on Twitter soon. But I might push it back to February the 1st. I'm not sure yet. I'm really not. Like I said, we'll do it twice a month. The time's not, I'm not sure about. We're gonna keep the same time as long as possible. Or if I can do it at, say, 8 Eastern or whatever. I plan to keep 8 Eastern for, that's the scheduled time for this show. It's basically a show, but it's like a podcast. It's not really a show because there won't be like, if I'm not educated on the topic, I will be educated by the time I do the podcast, or it won't be discussed. Or I might announce the news. But I plan to be educated on the things that I talk about. I'm gonna try to learn more baseball. I'm gonna try to get into it. I'm planning on talking about it on the podcast quite a bit. Over the next couple months, I plan to learn more and more as it goes. And I'm excited to learn about baseball. I kind of am, because I never thought I would be. Baseball is one of those sports I couldn't really sit and watch for the regular season, but I want to learn it. I still want to learn it, to know about it, to be more educated on it than I am currently. And I'm excited for it. Really am. Excited to learn about baseball. For the most part. And actually, as soon as we get off this live stream, I'm gonna try to just learn the basics, because to be honest, I'm not, like, even the basics I'm not 100% sure on when it comes to baseball. But I'm like I said, I'm excited. It's crazy it's crazy to learn about it. One moment, please. If I, well, but anyway, topic, like I said, baseball is gonna be exciting. Basketball, we'll hit on basketball like crazy. We will. March Madness, college basketball, and the National Association. We'll hit on them all. Those will be major topics, I'm hoping. Along with the Major League Baseball, I'm planning on that being a form of our podcast. Now, granted, we'll talk, for football fans that keep on hearing me say that, we'll hit on some football topics. I'm not saying we're gonna miss them all, but we're not. This won't be a football podcast. It won't be dedicated to football. If that's if you occasionally want to hear a topic or two about football, or maybe a minute or two segment, and you want to hear about MLB, Major League Baseball, and the NBA and college basketball and other topics, and we'll probably get into some we'll probably talk about wrestling and MMA, stuff like that. I would I'd rather stick to, like, UFC type. If we're gonna talk about it, and we'll talk about it time to time. Well, major fights. So I'm not gonna talk about every little fight. No, just like baseball. I'm not gonna talk about every little thing. I'm gonna space it out. It'll be well planned out. I hope. By the time we start, I'm excited. I'm ready to get to work. On this too, as long, of course, we got regular work and all that too. To do. I mean, I still, but I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm not gonna say it's. I'm not gonna call this work because it's sports. Sports coverage isn't really. Well, I don't know. Just know I'm excited to do this. I'm excited like crazy. I'm excited to do. I'm excited to do what I do. Period. Not even talking about the podcast, but whatever. I know I kind of made that sound odd, but I am excited to do these things. We'll be putting in effort to give you the best podcast that I can give you. We'll be like I said, a lot to talk about. And I'll just give you a hint. Like our first pod, it'll be. We'll talk about a couple minutes of baseball. Yeah, because spring training will be coming up very soon. So that we'll be talking about NBA. We'll be talking about depending on the date. We'll be talking about mostly college basketball, March Madness. If it's earlier, it'll be more just everything else. And like I said, I just want everybody to know, if you're wanting to just hear football, then this is not your podcast. This is not your podcast, because I have no plans to stick to football. I have no plans to really get into football topics. I don't. Like I said, we'll talk about anything major, like that. We'll be talking about those, like coach firings or hirings or something like that. I'm not gonna get into the draft on this podcast. Nothing like that. No off-season drama, aka stupid stuff. I'm just not gonna get into any of that stuff on this podcast. That's what the End Zone podcast for, which is on the End Zone Pod at on. That's what that's for. This is not for that. And I'm sorry if people don't like it, but I do, so that's what I'm gonna do. Like I said, as far as the show's plans, as far as timing and stuff, 2 nights a week, or 2 nights a month, excuse me. I need to do 2 nights a week, that's 8 shows a month. 2 shows a month, every 2 weeks. I almost guarantee it'll end up being once a week at some point. If I start at February 15th or whatever, March 1st, it'll probably happen within 2 months. If just depends on it depends on everything. I can't make any guarantees on the timing. But I plan to put my best effort and my best into this podcast. Like I do with the End Zone podcast. This will be. I'm not gonna say it's my best effort, but I'm gonna try my hardest to make this my best effort. Well, I may not say it that way. I'm gonna try hard on this podcast. I'm gonna put my best effort into this, and we'll just see where it goes, how things go. It's not gonna fly off in a month, I know, and this is more for just give the people an opinion that they normally don't. An opinion that's unpopular most of the time, but it's the truth. You may not like the opinion. You probably won't like half of my opinions, but I'm gonna make it my best. I plan to put it all in, and yeah, I mean, it's not a whole lot to talk about right now. We have no other like name. I don't know what we're gonna do for the name or stuff. But with this being on YouTube, the world will see it. If they don't see the first one, they'll see it soon. Like I said, this is gonna be I'm gonna do my best to try to make sure this is the best individual podcast on YouTube. Now let me the guest people ask me about guests. We're gonna have guests on. Our first guest is not planned out yet. I'm planning on planning very soon. Especially if I do it, start it sooner than later. Which was today, the 10th. Yeah, I'm not the 100% sure. But we will have guests on. I can't avoid guests. I mean, people will be on some shows. We will not have two people on every show. I will be podcasting myself some shows. Wouldn't be surprised if that happens once a month. Which is fine. I heard this opinion the other day and I agree with it. When you have multiple guests on, it takes away from people hearing your opinion. Well, I kind of agree with that. It would take away from hearing me talk. You're gonna hear them talk, which I know that's not a popular opinion, but I like I said, my guests are the best. My guests are the best. I'm not gonna give you a guess. They know what they're talking about before they come on. Blah blah blah. These things, they're known. Should I say the best? And now some of my guests, I'm gonna talk about my guests. When I plan a guest, it's not necessarily gonna be, I'm not gonna have them on because it's that topic. No. Some guests will talk about things that they normally wouldn't talk about. It's not gonna happen all the time, but it'll happen. When I plan a guest, and it also keep this in mind, when I plan a guest, they may not be on the whole show or the whole podcast. It probably won't happen often at all, to be honest. We'll have some people on half the show or the whole show, the whole podcast, but it won't happen all the time. Now you might be saying that, oh, I don't like other people's opinions, and that's wrong. I respectfully disagree with your opinion. I like my guests. Most of the time, probably friends or close to friends or close to these people. People I know that aren't just random people. I don't take random people as guests in most circumstances. Eventually, the other plans are. You'll be able to also, one more thing. I'm just trying to think of things that I need to say. Because I know I'll forget something. Another thing you need to know, you'll still be able to get your opinion in, like you do on these YouTubes. If you're listening live, not today, I don't have it up today, but I'll have the chat screen up. You can ask your questions. I will answer your questions. I won't avoid a question, unless the question is highly, unless the question's not. I can't imagine myself banning someone from the chat. I just can't. But if I do, it's because you acted stupid. No questions about it. You just acted stupid if I banned you from the chat, or if anybody else. Eventually we'll have mods, all that goo-ah. Like I said, it's not gonna be like it's gonna be a podcast, but it's not gonna be like one of those, oh, we sit here and bore ourselves. No, that's not happening. I don't accept it. I won't accept it. It won't be accepted here. One moment, please. All right. But yeah, we're not gonna bore ourselves on this podcast. And oh my goodness, let me announce this before. This will not be scripted. I don't script on these type of things. I can't stand scripting. I just can't. I said there won't be no script. The only thing that will happen is we'll know what we're talking about before the show, obviously, but that'll be it. That will be it. There'll be planning, of course, but this won't be scripted. I refuse to host a scripted podcast. I refuse. Like this. It's just not my thing. It's really not. Which I know most podcasts nowadays aren't, but I just wanted to make sure you knew this is not scripted. This is what I'm talking about right now. The whole time I'm talking, obviously, it's not scripted. When I go live, don't think it's ever been scripted, which would be stupid to script a live broadcast, in my opinion. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think I covered all the points. Okay, that's fine. That's pretty much it. That's all I needed to cover. There's nothing else to cover. I'll let you know the basics of the podcast. I'll let you know what you need to know before you come on the podcast. Just be aware of things. Be aware that it's not scripted. Guest will be on, and I guess don't criticize a guest when they're not absolutely perfect. Nobody's absolutely perfect. Nobody. I'm not gonna be absolutely perfect. I guarantee it. Almost. I don't plan to be perfect. If I miss a name or something, then so be it. So be it. I miss a name. I'm sorry. It's not that big of a deal. It's not because I most likely don't know the topic. It's because I missed a name. I missed the name. That is why. If I miss a state or something, one little thing or something, it's okay. It's not that big of a deal. I will most likely correct myself soon after, or